Hello, my name's Minzy. See this. I've decided to go back to memory lane, the 2016-2017 Chelsea title-winning shirt, because I'm not going to see Chelsea anywhere near the Premier League summit ever again. So let's go back to former glory days. Heck, when I was at the stadium, we were singing Roman Abramovich for the fans that stayed. We also sang, You're not welcome here, you're not welcome here, fuck off at Bali, you're not welcome here. He's not the only one that I want to leave. I want him gone, I want Todd Bowley gone, I want Liam Rosenior gone, I want Paul Wynne Stanley and Lawrence Stewart also gone. Criminals. They're all criminals for what they've done. The biggest criminal is the UK government. Sod you lot. You've ruined my club. You've absolutely harassed my football club by getting involved, by showing your big guns that you want to show support for the solidarity of the war that's going on across European waters. So you sanctioned our owner, our previous owner, forced him to sell to two clowns who don't know what they're doing. Two clowns where I've mentioned in my previous video against Newcastle that, what do you call it? They apparently had a meeting with the Chelsea supporters trust and they've told them a bunch of things that I said, well, I don't know if it can be verified or not verified because it was from an Instagram group. It seems like it's the truth because what I said there, they've kind of repeated it. So this is a paragraph that I said in the Newcastle game, but has also been reported by Sky Sports, where they said the words, "This month, an unnamed Chelsea director reportedly told a fan group, it is fucking obvious we're building one of the best teams in the world." That's what I quoted from the Instagram group for my last video. That's now been quoted by Sky. That means everything that they've discussed with this Chelsea fans group on Instagram is true. I've never heard of such delusions of grandeur in my lifetime. There are many, many things that are wrong with my club. Right now, I'm at home. I'm a man, like I said, of many fixed addresses, many fixed abodes, but right now, I'm an unfixable state of a mess because the club I support are a mess. Okay, there are many, many, many things wrong with our football club and delusions of grandeur are out there. I was so glad that Todd Bowley and Iqbal were both present at Stamford Bridge to see the shite that I saw, to see seats that were empty from 70 minutes onwards. Okay. They have created this. They have genuinely created this. There are plans apparently for more protest. Let me know where they are. Because like Matisse said, he's an ethnic minority Chelsea fan. I'm an ethnic minority Chelsea fan. I have no leverage. I have no influence. I have nothing that will sway opinions left, right, or centre. I'm just voicing my opinions. I'm just voicing my concerns. But if there are protest plans, find a date, find a time. I'll be there. I'll try my very best to be there because this is unacceptable. What I've just seen, whatever I've seen, that was a load of nonsense. The way the club is being run is a load of nonsense. The delusions of grandeur are a load of nonsense. Okay. In terms of what we should have been doing, okay, and I will try bring up facts upon this. Let's bring up some facts, okay? We could have, we could have signed Mannion, Gvardiol, Hugin, Jake, Elise, Barcola, Ekitike, Osimen, Gay as well. We could have signed a number of players, but we didn't. We even thought selling Noni Madueke to get Alejandro Garnacho was a good buy. We even thought Sancho telling him to fuck off and bye bye was also a good ploy. We also thought getting rid of Jackson to Bayern Munich was a good ploy. Wow. I don't know what to say. You've even hired Winstanley and Stewart, two of the most biggest incompetent fools I've ever seen. You sacked a Champions League title winning manager in Tuchel to get Potter, and only decided to sack him late when you realised, shit, we could be getting relegated. So got interim manager Frank Lampard, who walked into a mess, an absolute mess, but kept us into the Premier League following his victory against Bournemouth away. You then get rid of Pochettino. You hired Pochettino, who was a Tottenham manager. Okay, you hired Pochettino, who was a Tottenham manager, to take control of our club, which wasn't the best of manoeuvres at all. At all. But yet he was building momentum. He was actually doing okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're going to sack him, I'll agree to it. If you're going to bring in a world-class winning manager after it. Okay. Otherwise, I would have been satisfied to see Pochettino there. I wouldn't have had any issues with him remaining at Chelsea. But he decided to get Enzo Maresca, who won a title with Leicester City, to get those lot promoted to the Premier League in the 24-25 campaign. None of us wanted him. None of us were sure of him. He was a man that was, I mean, in that season, I think Leicester were, 20 points clear, something ridiculous point gap clear. And then suddenly all fell apart. The points was closed to within 3 or 2 or 1. I don't even know if Leicester City were momentarily dislodged from the top of the league before they finally re-grappled it and won the title on the very last game of the season. That title should have been done there and then in February, March, but they dragged it on until the last game of the season to finally reclaim the throne of being championship title winners to get promoted. None of us wanted him. None of us wanted him at all. And then he goes on to give us Champions League football. At a point in which at one stage we were considered for being a Premier League title chaser with Liverpool at the time. He got us the Conference League, which he really should have done, and he achieved on that. And he even went beyond further and beat PSG in the Club World Cup final 3-0. The same scoreline that PSG decided to dunk on us. I don't know what to say. The man is outstanding. He even carried it on. We ended up getting a 1-1 victory, as they say, against Arsenal at home. We ended up beating Barcelona 3-0 at home. Explain to me how you got a man who we didn't want, who we found out is a gem. He had every right to complain and moan by saying, look, we've got Levi Colwill injured. Please, can we have another centre-half because Chalobah and Fofana don't cut it, and you've told him, no, fuck off, those two will cut it. And you've sacked him for Liam Rossini, who decides to tinker around, put Mamadou Sarr in the lineup for the second leg. And you tinkered by putting Jorgensen in the first leg. The same Mamadou Sarr, you put him in right back, and he's never played a right back in his life, and he was at fault for the first goal when a long ball over the top from the PSG goalkeeper. He tried to control. Why are you trying to control it, lads? Tried to control it. The ball ran underneath him, and Kvaratskhelia, the Georgian monster, slots home. And then that was 6 minutes in. 6 minutes later, they go 2-0 up and kill the tie. When Barcola from the edge of the box slams it into the top left-hand corner of the net. I'm not going to blame the goalkeeper. None of those two shots you're saving. You didn't even save the third shot. Who was it that scored again? The third goal scorer? Something beginning with M, I'm sure it was. Wasn't it? I'm not going to say Muani. Who was it? Mayulu. And I was there, obviously, in the Matthew Harding sign when he crashed it into the top right-hand corner of the net. He absolutely lashed it. I knew as soon as he hit it that he was going in. None of the three were the goalkeeper's fault. The goalkeeper did as best as he could. Don't get me wrong, Chelsea had a few chances here or there. Pedro, he got at the end of the long ball. This short stuff didn't work. The long ball, direct stuff did. He got at the end of the long ball. He went past the right back of PSG, nearly slotted it in. I think João Pedro even got a header at the end of the first half, nearly got a goal back for us, but the goalkeeper saved. But if you think that I truly believe that Chelsea had some good attacking play, no, they didn't. Did they deserve a goal, let alone a result? No. PSG absolutely humbled us. The same PSG whose manager Luis Enrique had a dossier, he had a file on how bad Chelsea were and how he was going to fix it. And he told him to fuck off. He told him that he's not aligning with whatever you envisage. That man used the same dossier to whack the shit out of us 3-0. That man used a dossier to whack each and every one of us. That man whacked a dossier in front of your faces. Egbali, Bowley, Winstanley and Stewart, you have turned my club into an absolute despot of nonsense. Everything's going wrong. Even before the game, things were going wrong. James, injured. District line, points failure at Gloucester Road. Coincidentally enough, we have a points failure as well. How very fitting. Team sheets getting leaked out before the game. Disciplinary record still ongoing, although we didn't have a disciplinary record this time. Wish we did, just to add the cherry on the cake. I've said it before and I've said it again. I no longer wish to go to any Chelsea game, home or away. In fact, the only away game I'm going to is Chelsea versus Everton away this Saturday, because the stadium's around the corner from me in my workplace. So I'm going to go to that game, and I'm actually going to cheer for Everton. I hope Everton beat the shit out of us. I really, really, really am hoping that Everton absolutely annihilate Chelsea. They really do. Because Chelsea are in a whole hope of mess. I mean, they admitted to a crime for illegal payments that Roman Abramovich made. Why? Do you think if Manchester United had this issue, they'll do this? No. No club would. You've self-punished yourself, and to be glad, I'm kind of glad you did, because we've now got a transfer ban. Thank fuck for that. Thank fucking Christ we've got a transfer ban, because I can't stand any more unknown players that you're going to bring through this fucking door. I really can't. With a financial mess, we've created record losses for our club. We barely got a cert sponsor. Does that cert sponsor even give us any money? I don't know. You've jacked up the prices for home supporters. You charged me 71 fucking quid for that game. In 2009, that Chelsea-Barcelona game, that diabolical game in which we should have got at least 4 penalties that game. You know how much that ticket cost me? It cost me £55. You've charged fans £72 for a game that was practically over. Unfucking believable. The level of no shame you have is extraordinary. What's my membership number? What is my membership number? Because I no longer want it. Okay, I no longer want this membership fucking number. Let me read out my number. All right. Where is it? Isn't it this one? No, it's this one here. 2015-7706. 2015-7706. I've got 21 points on that fucking membership. Please give it to someone else. I no longer want the points. Fuck that membership. Put it in the dustbin. I am not fucking paying you guys more money. Alright, just so that you can fuck it up even more in the future. I'm done. I'm dusted. Goodbye. Good night.